Hey there, what's up? It's Johnny here, and welcome to another episode of the 3C Show. Show full of photography love. Anyway, you know about that. You know why we're here, huh? We're talking about scouting. We're talking about landscape photography. We're talking about my favorite smartphone apps for getting ready to go out there and capture some awesome landscape and nature images. All right, roll the intro. Alright, so we're talking about my favourite smartphone apps here today, okay? And by the way, I haven't got my hat on. Something different, you know, you don't normally see. I have got hair. I've had a few people ask me, Johnny, are you bald under that hat? Well, no, I'm not. You can see it's a little bit, I call it blonde, aka grey, but yeah, it's not. But we're talking about my favourite smartphone apps, okay? And all these, as far as I'm aware, are available for the iPhone and Android, okay? So I want to start with something I call the Swiss Army knife of apps for photographers, okay? It's called Photo Pill. So I'm going to jump into that right now. And you can see, one thing I love about this is they have an academy section which basically got all these how-to videos and documents, and it's really, really full of heaps of great information. This is a paid app. I believe it's about $10 or something like that, so it's not that expensive, but and they keep it updated. That's another thing I love too. So super cool. All right, so if we go into my stuff as well, you can see you can plan, there's points of interest, they've got awards, and you can back stuff up or whatever. But what's really cool about this app, the one thing I do like is these different tables. So you've got a hyperfocal distance, you know, calculator and table, and there's like a night AR, which is cool. You can do augmented reality where you can overlay what you're seeing with what's, you know, where the Milky Way or something like that's going to be at a certain time. Super, super cool. Love it, love it, love it. There's so much in here, you know. There's a exposure table, you know, say you're using ND filters, and it'll tell you your shutter speed that's roughly you're gonna need, and things like that. So really cool app. There's heaps in there, so much to do. I do use the hyperfocal distance table in here a fair bit. Super cool. I recommend you have this one on your phone. It's definitely a must for every photographer out there, never alone us awesome landscape and nature photographers. All right, next on my list is TPE. This is a really, really handy app that I use just for getting the sunset time, sun direction, sunset, sunrise, sun direction, moonrise, moonset. It's just really, really nice how they do it, you know. And you can just see here, you can just scroll forward in days as well. You can drop a pin in any location you like, and you can see the light yellow line is sunrise and the dark yellow line is sunset, and vice versa with the moon and the light blue and the dark blue. I just like this. It has AR as well. Don't use that function so much. I just like to go to this because it's just a quick little go-to app to check the sunrise, sunset time, and which, you know, where you're going to get that awesome civil and the civil start, you know, where you want to be out there, because sometimes that's when the nice light gets on, just before that sunrise and just after that sunset. That's when it's going to happen. So yeah, super cool app. It's a must. This one's free. It's available on the web. It's it's super cool, and you so should have this one on your phone. If you don't, yeah, get it. It's free. Why wouldn't you have it? It's awesome. All right, TPE, it's a must. Now, I wanted to talk about something you're probably going to go, yeah, right, Johnny, Google. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, Google Maps, it just rocks. Not only is it great for zooming in the satellite view and having a look at details, you know, and they're pretty high resolution, which is cool, and it's free, which is awesome. You can have a look and see about rock formations or forest types, you know, you have a good look. It's pretty cool. You can even get elevations and that if you tilt it like this, which is good as well. Gives you an idea of topography, you know. But what I use it for is navigating. If it's somewhere I haven't been, I've used this all over the world, and the navigation seems to be rock solid. Absolutely rock solid. So not only is it great for scouting and having a look around before you hit the road, when you hit the road and navigating to that awesome new landscape photography location, I love using it for that, because the navigation in it is just the bomb. It just works awesomely. And I go to a lot of national parks, you know, and I find that the navigation, even through, you know, little tracks, you would think, oh my God, how does it even know about this track? It works solidly. So super cool. Google Maps, whack that one on there. Now, Meteor Earth. This is the next one, Meteor Earth. It's really cool. And why this is so cool is, cloud is such an important thing for photography. Landscape nature photography, you're out there, you want that cloud, you want gaps in the cloud, you want something for that beautiful reflected light to reflect off at sunrise, sunset, those golden hours. So what I love about this app, and you can see it's worldwide, if I turn the cloud layer on there, it'll just take a little bit to load on my super fast Wi-Fi, but I can turn a cloud layer on. And what's cool is you can zoom in, you can look around the Earth, anywhere, and you can even zoom ahead. Now, it only goes ahead, I think, a couple of days or a day. You can play it, and it'll give you a preview of what's going to happen with the cloud in the future. So I recommend you zoom in to, say, the location you're going to go and shoot, and then you can scrub back and forth to, say, we want to do it sunrise. Sunrise at the moment is around that, that 6:30, 7 a.m. And I can see, looking at that around my location, there's going to be pretty thick cloud, okay? And it's just a really good indication of what the cloud's going to do, okay? So sometimes you might think, I'm going to shoot sunrise and the clouds are going to be out there over the ocean or whatever you're going to do in this direction towards the sun, but you have a look at this app and you'll go, oh, hang on a minute, the clouds are all going to be behind me. So you'll already be able to tell that your composition is going to be away from the sun. You can start to think about that in your planning. You're not gonna, there's no clouds towards the sun, so the best composition is going to be shooting away. So it's just a handy app. I just love it. It's got other stuff like, if you're a bit of a weather nerd like I tend to be, it's got wind and temperature, and it's got the barometric, it's got the pressure overlays, and it's just, cool app. It's free. I don't think I paid for this one. I'm pretty sure this one's free. But really cool app. I love that one. It's called Meteor Earth. All right, next on the hit list is Willy Weather. I don't know, something about Willy Weather. It's free as well. I just like, and you get these annoying ads, which I absolutely hate ads. But what's really cool I like about this, because I do fly a lot of drones, okay, and it's good to know about wind and tide especially. So not only Willy Weather gives you all the basics of weather, it gives you a good rundown over the next 5 days that you can scroll through, which is really, really cool. But what I really like down here is these bottom tables. It goes into a lot of depth around rain. You've got the different moon phases, which is really nice. But in here, you've got wind. And what I really like is I can tell what the wind's going to do, and I can predict forward several days as well and run through this graph and have a good look at what the wind's going to do, which is super important, especially if you're like me and you like to fly drones. So, it gets too windy, you can't fly your drone. But even with your landscape photography, if it's absolutely blowing a gale out there and you're in those low light conditions and you're trying to lock everything down on a tripod, it's good to know what the wind is going to do. So, I really like this. And of course, tides. If I go in here to the tides, you can see it's got a lovely tide map as well. I love using this for my tides. I reckon it's super cool. And tides are really important because you can imagine if you're out there and there's a particular rock pool that you want to go and you want to put that in your foreground, but it's only available at low tide. If you get out there and it's high tide, well, you're buggered. You can't get to it, And similar goes for swell as well. That's what, the waves. So if the swell is big, sometimes you can't get to certain places on the rocks. And there's other times where you want the swell a certain size because you want it to break up over a rock or something like that. Or you want to shoot swell explosions where it hits the rock and bounces up into the air. So it's good to know about waves as well. Super cool. Willy Weather, love that one. Now, I always have a backup weather app, okay? And at the moment, I'm really liking this Weather Pro app. It's new. I like this one. I think it's from the similar makers of the other Meteor Earth, but I don't know. It's just got. I'm a nerd. I'm a bit of a nerd. I am. I admit it. I'm a nerd. It's got some more graphs here. There's lots going on. I'm not going to explain it, but it's got, something that's kind of interesting that I've seen before is this sunshine duration minutes. It's just cool. Just shows you how much sunshine is going to be every day, basically, where you get those breaks in the cloud. But I don't know, just another app. I'll just get an honorable mention. It's really good. Weather Pro. I like that one. And the last one I'm going to talk to you guys about is called Dark Sky. Now, Dark Sky, if you're a astrophotographer, you like shooting star trails, the Milky Way, and I've got to say, I don't shoot it all the time, but I do get to shoot it a fair bit when I'm out there in the park. And I just like this because what it basically does, it's showing you the light pollution that certain areas make, and it gives you a nice little indication of the graph. You can see in the bottom right down there of the different tones of light, or the different darknesses of light in different places. So that's what I really like about it. It's just a handy app. I think it's a few bucks. It's not that dear, but it's just a handy app to have on your phone if you happen to be going out shooting astro. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but that big cities are going to have the worst light pollution, but it just gives you an indication of how the light pollution falls off the further you get away, and it's really, really nice. So that's it. Photo Pills, TPE, Google Maps, Metro Earth, Willy Weather, Weather Pro, honorable mention, and Dark Sky. They're the apps I use the most on my smart devices at the moment, and I just find them, you know, just a handy set of tools to have that every photographer could use. You know, particularly landscape and nature photographers, it's great for you guys. Yeah, mixture of paid and you know, free apps there, but oh man, I don't mind giving a developer a few dollars every now and then, particularly for, you know, apps that are updated all the time. It's well worth to support those guys so they can keep making awesome applications that are going to help you in your scouting and planning before you get out there and shoot. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that one. There's a few things there for you to go and check out. I'll put all the links below this video. And I just wanted to mention that this video, the question for this video actually came from one of my awesome Team 3CX photography community members, and man, we're in there creating masterclasses and teaching, and we've got assignments and image critiques every month. So if you're interested in something like that, an online photo club, I'll put a link below and you can find out some more details about that as well. And I'd love to have you. I'd love to see you in there and help you with your landscape and nature photography as well. All right, this has been Johnny for 3 Colors, another fun one, the 3C show. And I'll tell you what, I'm just pumped. Life is great at the moment. It's winter, you can see I'm all jumping up. But man, there's so many exciting things happening. I am loving this creative journey. And man, stay creative, stay awesome, and I'll talk to you again really soon. All right, I'm out. Peace.